Hi there, and welcome to my podcast. I'm Michelle Melanson, and today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most complex and unforgettable characters in American theater, Blanche Dubois from Tennessee Williams, A Streetcar Named Desire. Blanche is a dramatic, fragile, desperate, and deeply layered person. In this episode, I'm going to explore who she is, share two quotes that I think capture her essence, analyze what she represents in the play, and reflect on why her story still matters and why it hit me personally. Let's start with a quick picture of who Blanche is. She's a former school teacher from Mississippi who shows up at her sister Stella's small apartment in New Orleans. Right away, we sense she's out of place. Blanche speaks like she's stepped out of another era, elegant, romantic, and theoretical. She clings to fading Southern charm, but behind all that, she's running from something. Her past is full of grief, shame, and secrets, from losing the family estate to a young husband's tragic suicide and a series of failed relationships. Blanche is a woman trying to protect herself from the charm by covering it in lace and soft lighting. One quote that really captures me is from Act 2, Scene 4. She says, "I don't want realism, I want magic." This line gives us a clear window into her world. Blanche isn't just being dramatic, she's telling us exactly how she copes. Reality has been cruel to her, so she builds a fantasy to survive. She dresses up, flirts, and tells half-truths, not to deceive others, but to keep herself from falling apart. And yet the world doesn't give her the kindness she hopes for. Stanley, her sister's husband, immediately sees through her. He doesn't care for illusions. He wants truth, control, and dominance. Their relationship becomes a battle between Blanche's fantasy and Stanley's brute force. And in the end, Stanley wins, but not without breaking Blanche completely. Which leads me to one of the most haunting lines in the play, her final words in Act 3, Scene 4. Blanche is being taken away to a mental institution. She says, "I have always depended on the kindness of strangers." It's chilling. On one hand, it shows her complete retreat into delusion, but on the other hand, it's deeply tragic because all her life, Blanche has depended on others to take care of her, and often they've failed her. Now, when I look at Blanche, I see someone who's more than just a crazy character. She's a symbol of the Old South, elegant but decaying, full of beauty but haunted by its own darkness. She also represents something very real, the effect of trauma, the pressure to appear perfect, and how mental illness was misunderstood and ignored, especially for women. Personally, Blanche really stuck with me. Her vulnerability, her denial, her love for protection, it's heartbreaking. I don't see her as a liar or a villain. I see someone who's been through so much that she's built a world she can survive in, even if it's not real. And I think that still applies today. There are so many people, especially women, who feel that they have to hold it together and, they need to be beautiful, grateful, and polite, even when their world is falling apart inside. What Blanche reminded me is that behind every person who seems dramatic or distant, there might be a story full of pain that we don't see. So today, we look at Blanche Dubois, a tragic, layered character from A Streetcar Named Desire. She's not easy to understand, and maybe that's what makes her so real. She reminds us of how fragile the line is between illusion and reality, and how sometimes people need a little magic just to get by. Thank you so much for listening. This is Michelle Melanson, and I'll see you next time.